Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven, Lord, because I didn't want to join the band. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven, Lord, because I didn't want to join the band. One of these mornings, but in bed, gonna heist my wings and leave the air. Look at him, brother, don't you think it's best to carry God's witness in your breast? Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven, Lord, because I didn't want to join the band. If religion was a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. Lord God Almighty has fixed it so the rich as well as the poor must go. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven, Lord, because I didn't want to join the band. When I get to heaven, gonna sing and shout. There's nobody there to turn me out. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my shoes. I'm gonna walk all around and yell the news. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven. Now look away into heaven, Lord, because I didn't want to join the band. Satan is like a snake in the grass. If you don't watch out, he'll get you at last. Satan is a liar and a conjurer too. If you don't watch out, he'll conjure you. They kicked him out. They kicked him out of heaven. They kicked him out. They kicked him out of heaven. They kicked him out. They kicked him out of heaven, Lord, because he didn't want to join the band. We're going home to heaven. We're going home. We're going home to heaven. We're going home. We're going home to heaven, Lord, because we do want to join the band.
Each year in February, the teachers and pupils of the Mini Pamela House do an in-depth study of Black history and organize it in the form of a skit. We then present it for our friends, for our families and friends. The good martial lawyer who fought for us are American. He worked for the NAACP in New York City and won in Pennsylvania the all-time and 7-bit Eagle doctor that allowed for segregation. President John Kennedy for Douglas Marshall, a judge on use a court of appeal. Douglas Marshall was the first black justice on the Supreme Court. Even though Booker T. Washington was born slave, it is determined to run the way. Washington's autobiography, which became a bestseller, was entitled Up for Slavery. In 1895, Washington gave a speech in which he made the people once again became famous overnight as a leader of the African American people. If you remember always, there's no goal you cannot achieve. If you will try your very hardest, above all else believe that you are a person who has something good to give. Believe that you can make this world a better place to live. Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no Christmas. Had tanks and splinters and bars torn on and place with no carpet on the floor. Bad, but all the time I've been climbing on, reaching landing, turning corners, sometimes going dark, but it ain't been light. So boy, don't you turn back, don't you sit down on stairs, 'cause you find it kind of hard. Don't you fall now, 'cause I'm still climbing. And life for me ain't been no good step. The hours don't skill Every day is a reason for giving, and giving is the key to living. So let us give ourselves away, not just today, but every day. And remember, a kind and thoughtful deed or a hand outstretched in time of need is the rarest of gifts. For it is a part, not of the purse, but a loving heart. And he who gives of himself will find true joy of heart and peace of mind.
Go Down Death, a Funeral Sermon by James Warren Johnson. Weep not, she is not dead, she's resting in the bosom of Jesus. Heartbroken husband, weep no more. Grief-stricken son, weep no more, she's only just going home. God looked down from his great high heaven, looking down on all children, and his outfound Sister Caroline. Thus he got no better pain. And God's big heart was touched with pity, with the everlasting pity. And God sat back on his throne, and he commanded that tall bright angel, standing at his right hand, call me death. That tall bright angel cried in a voice that blew like a clap of thunder, call death, call death. And the echo sounded down the streets of heaven, till it reached away that shiny place where death waits with his pale white horses, and death heard the summons, and he leaped on his fastest horse, pale as sheet in the moonlight, up the golden streets death cried, but they didn't make no sound. Up death rode to the great white throne, and waited for God's command. And God said, go down, death, go down. Down to Savannah, Georgia, down in Yamacraw. And she's born a bird in the heat of the day. She's labored long in my vineyard. She's tired, she's worried. Go down, death, and bring her to me. But death didn't say a word, but he loosened the reins on his pale white horses, and he clamped the spurs to his bloodless eyes, and out and down he rode, through heaven's pearly gates, past suns and moons and stars. On death row, and the foam from his horse like a comet in the sky. On death row, leaving the lightning flash behind, straight on down he came. While we were watching go round the bed, she turned her eyes and looked away. She saw what we couldn't see. She saw old death. She saw old death coming like a falling star. But death didn't frighten Sister Caroline. He looked at her like a welcome friend. And she smiled and closed her eyes. And death took her up like a baby. And she laid in his icy arms, but she didn't feel no chill. And death began to ride again. Up beyond the evening star, out beyond the morning star, into the glaring light of glory, onto the great white throne. And there he lay Sister Caroline, of the loving breast of Jesus. And Jesus took his own hand and wiped away her tears, and he smoothed the foam from her face. And the angel sang the little songs. Jesus wrapped her in his arms, and he kept saying, take your rest, take your rest, take your rest. Weep not, she is not dead, she's resting in the bosom of Jesus.
You Rivals by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Just 3 and 30 years ago, when I was rather young, I had my last and only fight about a gal one summer night. It was me and Zeke Johnson. Zeke and me been sparring about a week, each of us trying his best to show that he was slides as George's bow, and we can prove the thing, for she was too far, too sharp, too fine, one over for the other one, and by so doing started fun. Well, Zeke and me went on that way and fussed and quarreled day by day, while I was on that fuss just kept going with both of us. Till we poor chaps that Zeke and me was just plumb mad with jealousy. Well, for a time, we kept our places and don't show up our frown faces and looks at where our immune boat and full fight we both was loyal. At last it come, the thing broke out, and this is how it come about. One night, trust fair, you'll all agree. I got Eliza's company and leaving Zico in the lurch when trotting off with her to church. And just as we had 2 car seats, Eliza looking fair and sweet. Why I just couldn't help but grin. And Zeke come bouncing in as furious as Lord allows. Just been up to Eliza's house to find her going to come to church. Dad just didn't put to a search. I guess I laughed at me and do. Now my word I knew. I would have preached a read. I would have cried, sung a said. For every time I turned my head, I could scarcely help but see as he got his eye on me. And he saw it turn and twist and grind his teeth and shake his fist. I laugh a lot. The whole church sees and know that son was twist. Well, me and I, we started home. I said, feeling what would come. We just got out and up the seat and said, excuse me, I'd like to speak to you a minute. Said, a nerd just lies on the slide, laughing in my sleeve with glee. I asked the police to pardon me. Well, we walked away a step or two just to get our lives root. And Zeke said, I want to know if you think Eliza spoke. And now I'm going to let her go home with chaps you. And I said, Bo, you bad. Zeke said that he didn't want to hear me, but he laughed the gallows his, and that he guessed he know his best. It wasn't fair to all my kid infringing, challenge so did some other things he mentioned there that no born man could no way spell. I think I'm trying to stand is Zeke had been the biggest man in town, and now it's Lean's run at time at labor every son. And so I let my fist go, bam! I thought I must not finish him, but Zeke didn't take it, so he just ducked down and dodged my blow. And then come back at me so hard, I guess I must have hurt the yard and spit the grass out where I fell. And sakes alive, it hurt me well. It wouldn't been so bad, see, but he just kept on hitting me. I hit back and kicked and paw. It seemed like mostly alcohol, while Zeke could use his signs well and making every motion tell. He punched and hit while getting his slams. Seemed like he had a dozen hands. But after a while, they started to fuss, and someone kindly parted us, all beating, cuffed, and claw and scratch. And then both our faces patch. Each started home a different way. And what Eliza do you say? Well, Eliza, little humbug, darn her, while she went home, how I'm turning.
Yeah. Dr. Trey. Riverwalk Productions. Yo. Day in and out, I tried to walk this walk of Christianity, and every day is worse than they call it humanity. It seems the system is corrupted, every day is a panic. It's cause it is, but only those who walk with God can stand it. And I ever noticed that the world is catching fits and complaining. The children of God in the church is rooting and raining. It's funny how things can be almost as bad as they seem. The one and the pureness that you can be worse than the me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing the church to get recognition. I'm trying to get you to listen. The picture's what you've been missing. Got bits and pieces, trying to solve the world sitting puzzle. Like a dog with no master, and what you need is a muzzle. How can you fault another person using prompts they got? Better use what you abusing, knowing hell you're right. But right don't express it enough, cause you will be there forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. But if your eyes wide open and you still can't see the truth, and I guarantee to set you free, cause he will do it for you like he did it for me. Jesus Christ, aka G-O-D. And if your eyes wide open and you still can't see the truth, and I guarantee to set you free, cause he will do it for you like he did it for me. Jesus Christ, aka G-O-D. They call me Dr. Trey, I rap for the one and the only Jesus Christ, yeah, that's him, he's my closest homie. You see, he came to free us from sin so we could live free within, and a new life we could begin. But then again, the sin stepped in. The devil thought he could win, but all he got was a shot from a scripture-filled syringe. Jesus Christ saved your life, saved you from the fire, saved you from damnation, from life deprivation. Give credit to whom credit is due, cause he ain't just died for me, nah man, he died for you. Atheists need to recognize and open their eyes. They bound by a chain of their lies. I don't sympathize, but if your eyes wide open and you still can't see the truth, and I guarantee to set you free, cause he will do it for you like he did it for me. Jesus Christ, aka G-O-D. And if your eyes wide open and you still can't see the truth, and I guarantee to set you free, cause he will do it for you like he did it for me. Jesus Christ, aka G-O-D. I come to Dre, the doors open and set the captives free. They lost, think they blind, but think they living in reality. Lost in this matrix, lost in this system. What sin had they found in them? They could hit him, but they could not bend him. Yeah, he stood strong like rock. They was just mad cause he was original and not another copy. There's proof in his verse, greatest mentor ever walked this earth. From virgin birth, he's the alpha and the first. Woe to him that thinks that this is all a lie. I like to see you try to rise after being crucified. You can't survive, your knowledge is whack. Get some truth, cause God done cut off every tree, bearing the wrong fruit. Turn from your evil ways and put it off another day. Tomorrow just might be too late, might be judgment day. Let him who is asleep awake, a little sleep, a little slumber. You might just find yourself sleeping 6 feet under. But if your eyes wide open and you still can't see, seek the truth and I guarantee to set you free. Cause he will do it for you like he did it for me. Jesus Christ, aka G-O-D. Cut the music. I don't think y'all feeling me. See, the problem is the nation got illusion of salvation. They headed for damnation. They suffering from spiritual incapacitation. Now I'm about to take my time as I verbalize these rhymes, cause these words are invaluable, won't cost you a dime. You best believe, call his name, cause this ain't no game. You see he's got more money, fortune, or fame. Move things out the way, cause they the things on which you slipping. And when a dog has his day, can't take his platinum collar with him. No material, no gold, just his soul. And Jesus is the only one who can make you whole. Now he was a man of peace and he was a man of power. The master chief stood stronger than any two towers. And every hour these cowards of sin, they tried to get the best of him, but they wasn't stressing him. He knew they was all testing him. The Pharisees tried to get him and bend him to the bone, but he said, let he who has no sin cast the first stone. And they all picked up their bags and they made their way home because they knew they was all guilty, knew they'd all done some wrong. So he jumped out their box, out their ritual prison, even told them that they was the ones sinning, like from the beginning when Adam and Eve, they ate from the tree they failed to achieve. Wasn't nothing wrong with their eyes, it was their minds that was deceived. So while you watch TV and MTV, if you see me, be ready for a taste of reality, because every day out here children is crying, people is dying. Is anybody trying to make a difference? The only difference we see is the difference between our race, our class, and our religion. That's real. Thank you.
Power unto the Lord our God. Hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He's wonderful. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. Hallelujah, salvation and glory, honor and power unto the Lord our God. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful. For the Lord our God is mighty. Yes, the Lord our God is omnipotent. The Lord our God, He is wonderful.
And God stepped out, and he looked around and said, I'm lonely. I'll make me a world. And as far as the eye of God could see, darkness was everywhere, blacker than 100 midnights, down in a cypress swamp. And then God smiled, and the light broke, and the darkness rolled up on one side, and the light stood shining on the other. And God said, that's good. Then God gathered some of the light in his hands, and he whirled it around until he made the sun, and he set that sun ablazing in the heavens. Then the light that was left over from making the sun, God placed it in his hands, and he rolled it around until he made the stars and the moon, and placed them against the darkness. And down between the light and the darkness, God placed the world. And God said, that's good. Then God looked around, and he walked around, and where he trod, his footsteps hollowed out the valleys and poles of the mountains. But then God saw that the earth was hot and barren. And so God stepped over to the edge of the world, and he spat out the 7 seas. He bat his eyes, and the lightning flashed. He clapped his hands, and the thunder roared, and the cooling waters came down. The cooling waters came down. Then God raised his arms, and he waved his hands, and he said, over the sea and over the land, bring forth, bring forth. And before God could drop his hands, fishes and fowl, beasts and birds swam the rivers and the seas, over the forests and through the woods, cracking the air with their wings. And God said, that's good. Then God walked around, and he looked at everything that he had made. He looked at his sun and his moon and his little stars and his world and all the living things therein. And God said, I'm still lonely. And so God kneeled down by the side of a hill, and God placed his head in his hand, and God thought, and he thought, and he thought, until he thought, I'll make me a man. And so down by the side of a riverbank, God scooped up some clay, and God began to mold this clay. And then God, this great God who made the heavens, who made the earth, who made the sun, who made the stars, who made the moon, this almighty God, like a mammy bent over her baby, molded this clay into his own image, and into it he breathed the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Amen. Amen.
Close to the door, he paused to stand as he took his class ring off her hand. All who were watching did not speak, as a silent tear ran down his cheek. And through his mind, the memories ran of the moments they walked and laughed in the sand. But now his eyes were so terribly cold, for he would never again have her to hold. They watched in silence as he bent near and whispered the words, I love you, in her ear. He touched her face and started to cry. as he put on his ring and wanted to die. And just then, the wind began to blow as they lowered her casket into the snow. This is what happens to many alive when friends let friends drink and drive. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die. Keep the dream alive, don't let it die.
More than anyone could know. one more